President Trump dropping the bombshell on Twitter, saying about his national security advisor, "I informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. I disagreed strongly with many of his suggestions, and therefore I asked John for his resignation, which was given to me this morning." The surprise announcement just an hour before this briefing that the White House earlier said Bolton would attend. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who repeatedly clashed with Bolton, insisting he was not blindsided.
Was it news to you today?
I'm never surprised. We work very closely with the President of the United States. I think we have a pretty good understanding of how he's thinking about things.
But Bolton, seen here outside the West Wing this morning, later texting me that he was not fired. "I offered to resign last night. He never asked for it, directly or indirectly. I slept on it and resigned this morning." The chaos capping off Bolton's tumultuous 17-month tenure.
They should listen to the president.
The president who campaigned on ending wars, often joking about having a hawkish national security advisor.
I actually temper John, which is pretty amazing, isn't it? Nobody thought that was going to happen. I'm the one that tempers him, but that's okay.
Still, their disagreements have been piling up, including the president's visit with Kim Jong-un at the DMZ, a meeting Bolton opposed. The planned strike on Iran in retaliation for a downed U.S. drone. Bolton lobbied for it. President Trump called it off.
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was proportionate.
And just days ago, the president and Bolton disagreeing over Mr. Trump's plan to hold Afghanistan peace talks with the Taliban at Camp David.
It was my idea, and it was my idea to terminate it. I didn't discuss it with anybody else.
President Trump now looking for a fourth national security advisor in less than 3 years. The first he fired, Michael Flynn, in court today for lying to the FBI. Now another shakeup at a critical time.
When the president makes a decision like this, he's well within his rights to do so.
All of this happening at a crucial moment, with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo telling me today that he could foresee a meeting between President Trump and Iran's leader later this month without preconditions.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.